Hello, hello, hello. How are my beasties today? Um, Me and John, I did not draw my logo. I had a graphic designer do it, but I own it so I can put it on merch and stuff. Hey, Becky, I hope you're feeling you better. I emailed you back. Hopefully you got it. Sorry it took so long. Yeah, Sanji, I was able to get the entire complaint, and this whole thing is such a train wreck. And I know it's not my usual, but if you've watched YouTube for any period of time, watching Onision train wrecks is always a good time. Hey, Sin. So we'll give it a few minutes for people to filter in since I only had like an hour's notice. And then we will watch the stupid. We will read the stupid. Because anything involving problematic creators ends in stupid. So why not? It's 2 o'clock. Too early to drink and read. Oh my. It'll be interesting. How am I, Sin? I'm doing. They changed my meds and upped my dose, but so it has me, kind of not feeling great, but it'll be fine. Oh, Becky, I know that feeling all too well. Yeah, Becky, you don't have to write back. I just want to make sure you got the email because it took me forever to respond. Oh, it's always rough. I mean, you know what it's like. But I figured we would watch this. We would go over the stupid because literally this creator is nothing but stupid. And I'm happy to see that there's someone trying to take YouTube accountable for it. So I'm going to give it like 2 more minutes and then we'll do it live. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask right now before we go live, feel free. Do you not like my logo, Mean John? It was the best out of the options the designer sent me. Ugh. Um, Ooh, Sin, I've done that. It's generally you have pulled an intercostal muscle, one of the muscles in between the ribs. Oh, thanks, Mean John. Yeah, I have the one I used for this stream, which looks like a jersey background. Hey, Nick. Which looks like it's on a jersey. I have just the logo. I have the logo on white. I have it in like 15 different forms, but I like it. Thank you, Mean John. I found it appropriate too. Uh, some of the other logos they had given me to look at were too like modern and simplistic, and none of them were very me. Sin, I would try to put icy hot or like one of those lidocaine patches over the area. It'll fix it in a day. I do it all the time. Okay, well, we're gonna, like I said, we'll give it till 5 minutes, so one more minute. Oh, you're getting a sparkly one. Mean John, are you getting the glitter or the mica? Because even that one that was not glitter, those colors are mica, and so it's kind of glimmery without being outright chunky glitter. But when you get it, you'll have to post a picture on Instagram and tag me in it. I love seeing, or on Twitter, tag me in it. I love seeing people with the cool tumblers. Okay, so well, we got 8 here. Let's get into it. So, woohoo, glitter. Which ombre are you gonna pick? You get to pick ombre too, mean. John, you can go, she can do it like purple to black, silver to black, green to black. She can do all the colors. She's awesome. And if you want, she can actually put your name on the other side. So, I mean, John, you can just send it to me on Twitter. That works too. Okay, let's get into this. Let's find the stupid, because stupid is fun. Okay, we have this. We gonna make it big. Let's move this just slightly so I can see everybody. And let's make this bigger so it is readable. Perfect. You can go here. Ah, come back here. Come back here, screen. Don't leave me. It's been a morning. Did I zoom in too much? I think I may have. Let's see. Am I cutting myself up? Nope. Okay, this is good. Perfect. Now we can all see it better. So, background. For anybody that doesn't know, James Jackson, also known as Onision, and his partner, Lucas, who goes by Laney Kai, they've been on YouTube forever. They have some bizarre stuff. Onision is the king of getting into drama. There have been accusations, hey TB, of inappropriate behavior with minors, including letting a subscriber a fan move in with them. Lucas Jackson used to identify as female, but no longer does, is my understanding. But the last time this got looked into, Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator, he did a show on it, or tried to, and Onision, being the person he is, tried to sue him, but he sued the wrong Chris Hansen. You didn't even make sure you were suing the right person, my man? Okay. Sir, you're dumb. You know, he has an ex-girlfriend who's since moved on, but he is notorious for being unpleasant, harassing, demeaning, you know, allegations of verbal and emotional, like with Johnny Depp. I'm not going to say the words. So you can go find all his stuff. He went after Jacqueline, his ex-girlfriend, and was absolutely horrific to her. So we're going to go through this. Because now hey Cookie, so now somebody else that he has terrorized and done horrible things to has finally gone after him. But what is more interesting to me is they are going after YouTube in the YouTube Partner Program to hold him accountable. And until this was filed, he was still monetized. It took a lawsuit to have him demonetized and removed from the Partner Program. And this is literally one of the few times I've ever seen someone try to hold YouTube accountable for a problematic creator. So let's get into this whole thing. And in the words of Emily D. Baker, lawsuits are allegations and shade. So let's begin. This is a civil action for damages against YouTube and its parent company, Google. James Jackson, known online as Onision, and Lucas Jackson, formerly known online as Laney and Kai, under the federal statute 18 U.S.C. 1595, Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act, 18 U.S.C. 2255, civil remedies for personal injuries and related state law claims arising from defendant's conduct when it granted an agency and or profit-sharing relationship to a predator, Onision, that used YouTube to identify, recruit, solicit, and groom minors and coordinated with his spouse to lure, entice, and solicit minors for the ultimate goal of improper adult activity with them. Plaintiff was one of these victims. Plaintiff respectfully submits her complaint for damages and makes the following averments. Introduction. This lawsuit will reveal how Google's YouTube partnership program through the YouTube platform enabled, facilitated, and profit shared in the identification and grooming of a vulnerable population by two legal adult bad people, MAPs, known as Onision and Lacey. Defendant James Jackson, also known as Onision, is a predator who, when faced with the allegations raised against him, began a series of attacks against the victims online in an effort to intimidate and threaten victims into silence. Defendant Lucas Jackson, aka Laney Laney or Kai, is married to James Jackson, aka Onision, and used new fame as Onision's spouse to lure and entice minors to engage in inappropriate things and exchange CP images online. Oh my. All predators must identify vulnerable individuals that could become their potential victims. Once a victim or pool of victims is identified, the predator must find a way to recruit, lure, entice, and corral those victims into their web so that the predator might snare them for illicit purposes. Part of ensnaring a victim is a process called grooming. Oh, well, YouTube's going to hate me here. Grooming is a deceptive process enacted by a would-be abuser. La la la. In which the perpetrator selects a victim, gains access to and isolates the victim, develops trust and or dependency in the victim's mind, and desensitizes the victim to inappropriate contact. A sophisticated predator skilled at creating confusion, deception, and doubt, but simultaneously gaining trust, acceptance, and affection or love from the victim. A predator will charm others and convince the responsible adults around their victim or intended victim nothing is amiss or should be concerning. James Jackson, also known by his internet persona Onision, created a channel on Google's YouTube platform in 2006 and began posting in October of '07. YouTube is an online global video sharing and social media platform. YouTube is the second most visited website, only second to the Google search. YouTube has more than 2.5 billion users monthly, making YouTube one of the largest social media companies in the world. YouTube has an unprecedented social impact and has influenced popular la 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 culture, internet trends, and has allowed the rapid spread of video media worldwide at the click of a button. Certain YouTubers rose in popularity quickly and gained celebrity status amongst their victims. Onision quickly became known for his following. I feel like we have one too many quicklies there. And began creating and posting videos to YouTube. He rapidly became widely known for his commentary, some of which was objectifying, offensive, and controversial. I'm going to go with that's an understatement. At his peak, Onision had over 2 million subscribers. Onision targeted underage girls online and provided material that appealed to that age group, such as comments on body image, appearance, self-identity, unaliving ideology, and other topics. Onision would also write and comment on pictures of people in their bodies, often sent to him by young teen girls. Right, because there's nothing creepy about commenting on minors' bodies, especially when there's a parasocial relationship. There's nothing creepy or inappropriate about that at all. Nothing. It it would be like if you had that rate my picture or the hot or not thing from like the early days of the internet that used that hot or not website. This is insanity. Um, to 14. Why don't you want to go down? There we go. Like, how? Whatever. Specifically, Onision appealed to minor females like Plaintiff, who were young, vulnerable, and questioning their self image or identity or were seeking answers and guidance. YouTube's product and non neutral algorithms specifically targeted minors with these interests and suggested Onision's harmful and controversial content to minor teen users. In 2009, Onision gained huge popularity online after his release of the Banana Song, which went viral with over 90 million views and was featured on national television in 2010. I don't know that I even want to look at this. Chat, do we want to look at the Banana Song? What? At the same time, Onision's popularity was attributed to his commentary and skits portraying other YouTubers. Oh, geez. Onision became a famous and popular YouTuber on the platform and became monetized. And here's where it gets interesting because here's where we can start to hold YouTube accountable, and we finally see someone trying to hold YouTube accountable. When a person becomes monetized, which, hey guys, before I forget, do the like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, YouTubey things, maybe I can become monetized one day. When a person becomes monetized, YouTube and that person sign a YouTube partnership program contract, which forms an agency and or profit-sharing relationship. Joining the YPP is optional, but if someone becomes a YouTube partner, Google handles all advertising placement, revenue collection, and pays the YouTube partner a portion of the profits pursuant to the contract. As a member of the program, Google matches the YouTube partner's videos with advertisers, decides what ads will appear, keeps track of all traffic, the views, and ad responses. YouTube then pays the YouTube partner accordingly for their participation in the program. YouTube partners agree to follow and abide by the YouTube terms of service and community guidelines. A YouTube follower partner that fails to comply with the YouTube terms of service and community guidelines can be demonetized or have their video removed, among other penalties. This is what John and everybody and many gun channels we all talk about. That the certain words automatically your stream's demonetized or they demonetize videos. And it's in, I know John talks about, you use the wrong word and you're demonetized. And if you take it to the extreme, you can be permanently demonetized or booted out of the program. So you guys hear about demonetization a lot from LawTube. Onision ran several YouTube channels to include, but not limited to, Onision Speaks, Uh-Oh Bro, Onision Encore, Onision Archive, Lanybot, and Cool Guy Kai. I almost want to start a drinking time every time I have to read the word Onision, but I would be dead of alcohol poisoning. Upon information and belief, all of these channels were monetized under the YPP. Onision used his fame and platform to objectify children, to form relationships with underage girls, to entice them, groom them, and to arrange transportation across state lines and facilitate further grooming and inappropriate activity. Onision began pursuing 17-year-old Taylor Anderson, Laney or Kai, who went by the internet persona of Lanybot. Taylor legally changed her name several times and currently goes by the legal name Lucas Jackson. In November of 2012, Laney and Onision got married. After Onision introduced Laney to his followers, Laney instantly became a part of the Onision channel and gained fame through the marriage. Laney began flirting with and grooming underage girls that were fan of Onision through the YouTube platform, including, but not limited to, the Onision channels and forums. Those same girls were then invited to Laney and Onision's home with the intent to engage in inappropriate adult activities with the couple for additional grooming to achieve the ultimate goal of inappropriate adult contact. Excuse me. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Y'all are nuts. Hey, CWs. Sorry I caught you napping. TV, we'll get there. I will get to some of the chats in a minute. Let me just get to like a next good stopping point. YouTube was put on notice many times that Onision was violating the YouTube terms of service and community guidelines, but YouTube took no action to deter or demonetize Onision based on the numerous complaints or violative content he posted. YouTube is receiving value and profit sharing with Onision on violent and harmful contact, as well as contact used to lure, entice, and recruit minors. YouTube continued to allow their partner Onision to post his content, in which in turn recruited, lured, and enticed Regina, who brings this suit, to reach out to Lainey through the forum. Regina came to know who Lainey was by watching Onision's channels and saw her as a celebrity because she was married to Onision. Lainey later befriended the plaintiff online. After flirting with and grooming the plaintiff from age 14 through 17, Lainey invited her to visit her and Onision at their home in Washington. Regina attempted to go, but the mother refused to allow her travel. Oh, thank God there's somebody with more than 2 brain cells and a parent that cares. After notifying Lainey she was not able to go, Lainey quickly began replacing her with the next victim, a girl named Sarah. Lainey used Regina, unbeknownst to her, to gain trust with Sarah as well. Let me cover a couple of these chats, and then we will get back to this. So, let's see. Yeah, me and Johnny tried to start a cult. You know, TB, yes, to a point. This is the content provider, like the partner's responsibility. But let's look at the fact that they demonetized and for this and nuked Nick's channel. Look at them going after all the LawTubers nuking people's channels because of inappropriate content. They didn't even strike him. At the very least, he should have been demonetized and struck. But he wasn't, and they didn't even shadow ban him. They promoted him in the algorithm. So, while yes, it is Onision's bad doing, YouTube condoned and promoted it. And up until now, they haven't been held accountable because they have not been actively promoting illegal things in most cases, but they are now. And why they only went after, and they very selectively go after certain creators and genres and nuke channels, but they're going to allow this to go on. Like, I can't. Nick looks like a choir boy next to these people. And this man had 2 million followers. But hey, oh my lord. And I will say that Onision is named in this lawsuit, him and Lainey both. They're all in it, but what's more interesting to me is this person is also specifically going after Google and YouTube. And yeah, it was just posted a couple of days ago, but I haven't seen anybody cover it because everybody is so tied up with Murdaugh and all of the other silliness. And I figured I would cover it because the longer it sits out there without being covered, the longer it's going to get buried. And this needs to be like, hey, forefront, big creators, cover this. I mean, I'm not even monetized, so it's not going to get out there very far. That's why I'm asking you to subscribe and share it out, because eyes need to be on this, regardless of a stupid Murdaugh trial. TB, the language so far has only been say the contract list of the channel's duties, hasn't cited their duties. It has pointed out that it promotes partners in the algorithm and that the algorithm is not random. It blatantly, it pointed out up above about how the algorithm pushes certain creators. And they're going to go get into that more later. So let's hold on. And if we don't get to it, I'll try and find it again. Okay. I'm going to read the next section, then I'll check back for comments. Where were we? Plaintiff. Regina is a resident of Florida. Regina is sui juris. At all relevant times, Regina was a minor. Defendant James Jackson, also known as known by his online persona Onision, is a United States citizen and resident of the state of Washington. Squirrel, you can go visit. Defendant Lucas Jackson, formerly known by her online persona as Lanybot, Laney, and Kai, is a U.S. citizen and resident of the state of Washington. Defendant Google LLC, Google, is a Delaware LLC with principal place of business in Mountain View, California. Defendant YouTube LLC is a Delaware LLC. Oh, okay. With its principal place of business in Mountain View, California. Since 2006, Google operated YouTube. Defendants Google and YouTube are referred to jointly as YouTube. At all relevant times, YouTube designed, maintained, and manufactured, marketed, advertised, promoted, owned, and operated and distributed the social media platform YouTube. Ah, everyone's favorite thing, jurisdiction. This court is federal question subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1331 because plaintiffs bring this action under 18 U.S.C. 2255 and 1595. This court has diversity subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1332 because the matter in controversy exceeds the sum or value of $75,000, exclusive of interest and costs, and the parties have complete diversity insofar as the plaintiff is a Florida resident, defendants Onision and Laney are Washington residents, and defendant YouTube has its principal place of business in California. Ah, diversity. This court has personal jurisdiction over the defendants because they've committed the acts complained of herein in this state and in the district. Defendants have significant contact with the Middle District of Florida, such that they are subject to the personal jurisdiction of the court. This court has personal jurisdiction over the YouTube defendants for the additional reason they have engaged in substantial, systematic, and continuous contacts with this state by inter alia, regularly conducting and soliciting business in this state and this district, deriving substantial revenue from products and or services provided to the persons in this state and this district, and in some circumstance from products and services provided from persons in this state. Defendants have significant contacts in each of the states and territories of the United States, such that personal jurisdiction would be proper in any of them. A substantial part of the events and omissions giving rise to plaintiffs' causes of action occurred in the Middle District of Florida. Pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1391, venue is proper in said district. This court has supplemental jurisdiction pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1367 because all the other claims are related to the claims with original jurisdiction and form part of the same case or controversy. Venue is proper in this district pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1391 because the events or omissions giving rise to the claims asserted in this action occurred in the judicial district where this action is brought as plaintiff engaged on the computer in this district. Before we get to factual allegations, let's check the chat. CCW, this is a hang maps on wall situation. So let me go back and let's scroll through this. Yeah, Croco, you may not want you to do that, but I mean, if it goes to court, you can always go and give us live coverage. TB and not the Egg House. Yeah. Main John, I don't remember that person. CCW, yeah, maps get hung on the walls if you ask Nick or Kata. Yeah, TB, I know you're keeping it kosher with YT, and I appreciate it. CCW is the man. They are fire. And everybody. Before I go into all of the allegations, like I said, I am going to try to tailor this language to, one, not trigger anybody on the replay crew that is not a regular viewer of mine. That's not a regular viewer of mine and gets this in a search. Croco, we can talk about it later. Depending on how this goes. So, I'm going to try to moderate my speech a little bit. But this doesn't involve some disturbing things. I will try to be as polite and gentle with it as I can. Again, I'm going to ask you to do the likey, subscribey, and share things because I can guarantee it's going to get suppressed. And I'm not monetized. I don't have my thousands, so they don't push me out. And if they suppress this, the only way people will see this, and there are plenty of people that will not know, is if you guys don't like it, subscribe, share, and push it out on the algorithm. because people need to see this BS. I don't know how you punish people in LawTube who are doing nothing, but you allow this to go on. Someone needs to finally hold YouTube accountable. Croc, you need to watch the chat and make sure to mod it, or one of my lovely mods, Mean John, one of you guys. Uh, so let's go. Factual allegations. Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, TB. Maybe we will learn how here that, they are responsible. Nearly 3 decades ago, Congress passed the Communications Decency Act of 1996, which included Section 230. Congress intended that CDA of 1996 would accomplish several things, to include to promote the free exchange of information and ideas over the internet and to encourage voluntary monitoring for offensive and obscene material. Since its passage, the internet has grown and is no longer a fragile new means of communication, but is the predominant medium of communication and commerce nationwide, if not the world. In 2018, Congress passed a bill known as the Fight Online um, Bad Behavior Act, FOSTA, in which Congress clarified that CDA 230 was never intended to offer an immunity or liability shield for criminal conduct such as sex trafficking or inappropriate trafficking, prostitution, or the exploitation of minors that occurs on or through online platforms. Google's YouTube platform, business model, and content moderation policy. Let's go. YouTube is an online global video sharing and social media platform and was the second most visited website in the world in 2022, only second to Google search. YouTube has more than 2.5 billion, that's with a B, users monthly, making YouTube one of the largest social media companies in the world. YouTube has an unprecedented social impact and has influenced popular culture, internet trends, and has allowed the rapid spread of video media worldwide at the click of a button. In 2010, the concept of the YouTuber became a national phenomenon in which the possibility of achieving celebrity status went from being for a few to being possible for anyone that had access to the internet. Much of the activity on YouTube has been monetized, and YouTube and Google use most of the data and information YouTube has learned about its users and videos to raise revenue and drive profits. Google monetizes its YouTube platform through both advertising revenue as well as non advertising. Ad revenue is derived from YouTube ads, and revenue generated on YouTube properties. Non advertising revenue is derived through the sale of YouTube Premium and YouTube TV subscription services. YouTube TV, which saw approximately 20 billion in profits in 2020 and approximately 28 billion in 2021, accumulates a massive amount of revenue from its advertising. Between March 2020 and February 2021, YouTube's top 10 advertisers spent over $1 billion. In order to increase ad revenue, YouTube has created a platform which allows any person that wants to create content on YouTube to have the ability to achieve fame, popularity, and monetization if they meet the eligibility criteria to join the YouTube Partnership Program. The eligibility requirements of the YPP require that the applicant obtain 1,000 subscribers, hey, where we heard this, with 4,000 valid public watch hours in a 12-month period of time. Once eligibility is obtained, YouTube will review the channel to determine if it conforms to the community guidelines and then allow the user to become monetized. We've talked about that a lot. The YPP applicant signs a contract with YouTube in which they become a program partner, YPP. And YouTube agrees to profit share with the YouTube partner. For ad revenue, YouTube pays the YouTube partner 55% of ad revenue for their page, and YouTube keeps 45% of the ad revenue. God, they make them bank. Joining YPP is optional, but if someone becomes a YouTube partner, Google handles all ad placement revenue collection and pays the YouTube partner their portion of the profits pursuant to the contract. As a member of the YPP, Google matches their videos with advertisers, decides what ads will appear, and keeps track of all traffic, views, as well as ad responses. YouTube then pays that person accordingly for their participation in the partner program. YouTube offers their YouTube partners special tools to improve and further monetization for their page. The YouTube partners agree to follow and abide by YouTube Terms of Service community guidelines. A YouTube partner that fails to comply with YouTube Terms of Service and community guidelines can be demonetized or have their video removed, among other penalties. YouTube also recommends content through the algorithm. Not all videos are recommended. Rather, the YouTube algorithm seems to prioritize videos with high watch time and video performance. Google is in part an advertising broker, selling attention to companies that will pay for it, and the longer people stay on YouTube or access its recommended content, the more money YouTube and its parent companies make. Google has the ability to, and in fact has demonetized some of its YouTube partners in the past for violating YouTube terms of service and community guidelines. Platforms like YouTube have learned that outrageous, tortious, and divisive content drives users and profits. YouTube's recommendation system is responsible for generating the majority of all user viewing time on the platform, and much of the most interactive with materials involve controversial, intense, violent, and extreme views. Defendant YouTube pays its YouTube partners to create content because it benefits from increased user activity, which in turn creates ad revenue and other promotional revenue services. A former Google executive was quoted in the Wall Street Journal saying there's an idea that the search algorithm is all neutral and goes out and combs the web and comes back and shows what's found. That's total BS. More than 70% of the videos watched on YouTube are videos recommended by YouTube's non neutral algorithm in an effort to drive user engagement and therefore ad profits. YouTube allows YouTube partners to monetize their platforms on its product to generate revenue for itself and its users, including YouTube partners that violate community guidelines and laws prohibiting sexual exploitation of children. Up there we go. I'm going to be suppressed. YouTube's product was built to promote hate, harmful, and controversial content as it is most engaging to users, including minor users. YouTube in turn pays YouTube partners a range of 50 cents to $6 USD per 1,000 views on any video, including materials depicting minors in violation of inappropriate relocation and CP law, as well as other criminal statutes. YouTube has employed a tiered revenue sharing governance. Non monetized general users of the platform, hi, that's us, were being given far more freedom than YouTube partners who were bound by the YPP agreement and who were required to ensure their content was advertiser friendly. After all, the very purpose of the YPP was to increase profits from YouTube advertising by employing the content producers that were valuable to YouTube and had the potential to increase the revenue. Some YouTube partners have used their YouTube platform in a profit sharing partnership with YouTube to facilitate naughty material and build a pool of minors from which to select and groom their next victims. YouTube actively monitors where it appears in the news and sends a daily email to employees detailing the coverage. This has been referred to by the moniker the nightmare fuel. Okay, let's check the comments over here. Then we will go on. Oh my lord. Yeah, CSW, it's horrific. Let's see. Sorry, guys, it's just me, so give me a second. Let's see. Mean John with the eyes. You smashed it. Thank you, TB. Thank you, Mean John. More subs if you have Trigger Flakebook. Yes. Thank you, Krakow. Yeah, TB. They keep 45% to promote the filth. This is yes, Mean John. This is why Mr. Beast is on the front page. Yes, TB. The algorithm pushes it if it's salacious or scandalous, no matter why. Yep. Yeah, TB, they do. Mean John Coco Melon gives me nightmares. This is why drama channels thrives. Krakow, you are correct. Here we go. Yes, gun tubers, law tubers, we have to self-moderate to avoid scandal and strikes, and the algorithm ignores us and everybody. It's insane. Yeah, but if I start something with somebody, it's not going to be good. I don't really feel the need to start drama. But yeah, this is absolutely abhorrent. And the fact that I am one of the only people covering this, like I get Murdaugh's going on, but we need to make sure this does not get buried. We don't want this to get buried. We want as many people as possible to see this because people need to be held accountable. Me and John, ooh, that was years ago, Loki, not today's YT. What do you mean, me and John? Oh, the starting it. Yeah. No, it is to a point today's YouTube. Look at all the drama without a crystal ball and people start and there's plenty of, people start drama in LawTube to get views. Look at, Dramageddon and everything. So it still happens. Okay, so let's keep going because this is long and is depressing, but it needs to be covered, and we are covering it. The rise of Onision to become one of YouTube's most influential personas online, along with his spouse Lainey. On January 29, 2006, Onision started a YouTube channel and began posting it on October 17, 2007. Onision became known quickly for his content and began creating and posting videos to YouTube. He quickly became known for his commentary, some of which was humorous and some of which was objectifying, offensive, and controversial. Again, understatement. Onision targeted minors and provided content that appealed to that age group, such as comments on their bodies, appearance, self-identity, unaliving ideology, and other bad topics. Onision would rate and comment on pictures of people and their bodies sent by young teen girls. What we're not going to do is, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. This is not hot or not, and we are not going to objectify minors. You're disgusting. Despite pushback from the online community about Onision's damaging and negative commentary to young teen girls, he rebuffed it by claiming he was being honest. Okay. Right. I would like to be honest with Onision too then. He also posted content that he claimed was comedy was actually a smear campaign against his ex-girlfriends and an effort to publicly humiliate them. I know Jacqueline went through some god-awful things because of this, and I will post a link later in the description box to some of the videos that I know Jacqueline Glenn posted, and I'm sure they're going to be linked in here. On August 5th, 2005, Onision married his first wife, Sky Jackson. Upon information and belief, shortly after their marriage, Onision began to isolate Sky and prevent her from associating with friends and family. Danger, Will Robinson. Can you say controlling? Onision produced several online videos with Sky, some on YouTube, some on other websites. In 2009, he was discharged from the Air Force. It was after his discharge that he began pursuing a YouTube career. Oh, I will have to also link the Why I Left the Air Force video, or maybe we'll all watch it. It's a train wreck. In 2009, Onision hit ultimate popularity online with his release of the Banana Song. I don't even. Which went viral with over 90 million views and was featured on Comedy Central's series Tosh.0 in 2010. Sky participated in the video. Onision targeted minor audiences on YouTube, specifically targeted minors with emotional vulnerability and pre-existing traumatic experiences such as ED, unaliving, and mental health issues. At the same time, Onision rose in popularity because he was commenting on and doing skits portraying other YouTubers, including Shane Dawson, who, guess what? Now Shane's just as problematic. In 2010, Onision and Sky divorced. Thank you, Sky. You should have run long before. As Onision's popularity grew, he gained enough popularity that he was, here we go, able to participate in the YouTube Partnership Agreement, which allows a YouTuber that has gained a certain number of followers to monetize their platform and make money from the content that is posted. As of the filing of this lawsuit, Onision has been in the partnership program for approximately a decade and has monetized his videos during this time period and all relevant time periods. During his tenure as a member of YouTube's paid partnership program, Onision posted videos and other content specifically targeting teen users and insecurities, with certain video titles tailored to teen concerns, including, oh my god, I'm gonna need a drink. Ugh. Am I pretty? Am I ugly or not? Should people shave their legs, arms, and down there? How to flirt with guys? Uh, how to tell if you're that? Yeah, ooh. we don't if you need a video for that, we have a problem. How to ask someone to date you, how skinny is too skinny, and how to give a hickey. Oh my god, this is a dumpster fire. This man is a literal dumpster fire full of garbage water. The internet community began to take issue with Onision's content as early as 2012. In January of 2012, Onision published a video about one of his ex-girlfriends in which he stated that because she had slept with more than 20 people before him, she was a um, rude thing to call her who could not be R-worded. Oh my god. Ugh. Part of me wants to be on camera so you can see the absolute faces I am making, but oh, for the love of God. As a result of this video, numerous people asked YouTube to revoke his YPP agreement. Shortly after this occurred, viewers signed a change.org petition to demonetize Onision, which was sent to YouTube. Many viewers reported Onision's account to AdSense, which is a Google program that matches ads to the individual YouTube website based on content and visitors and coordinates the advertising makeup that allows for the monetization of YouTube's partner website. Since it's a Google program, a report to AdSense is effectively a report to Google. One reporter in particularly specifically flagged Google that not only was this video harmful, but stated, amongst other concerns and comments about Onision, quote, I am disgusted by his recent videos, despite his attempt at an apology. I do not believe he is actually sorry or actually will change his behavior in the future. It seems to me that this is a cycle of his where he makes several videos that deeply offend a percentage of his fans and viewers. He receives a backlash by those affected by his judgmental comments. He rants about them, dismisses them as haters, and then he finally apologizes to save face and tries to cover it up by deleting the videos. Only the damage is already done. It is far too late for an apology. His young, impressionable followers have already swallowed his opinions whole and committed to them as gospel. It's also a very cheap way to rack up views and collect ad revenue. Sponsoring his videos is condoning his destructive behaviors. I can't imagine that you or the companies that advertise with you support such opinions. Revoking his sponsorship will send a message that you do not take this lightly and that you respect the people who are watching the ads that you attach to these videos. Many viewers flagged the offensive video online through YouTube. Viewers wrote to VidCon, an upcoming convention at which Onision was scheduled to speak at. YouTube took no action and did nothing to YouTube took no action, did nothing to enforce their terms of service, or community guidelines, or force Onision to stop posting content that violates the guidelines. Instead, YouTube continued to enable and reward Onision for his harmful and volatile content by allowing him to continue in the YouTube Partnership Program and profit share with YouTube. On January 2012, VidCon acted differently, however, and responded to the communication received by removing Onision as a speaker at VidCon. Oh, thank God, someone with the brains. And banned him from attending. Onision responded on social media acknowledging this. If you want someone to blame for my absence, you can blame the haters who spammed VidCon with anti-Onision mail and VidCon itself for giving into pressure and going back on their word. Oh my God. What is wrong with you people? Despite all of this, Onision's YouTube partnership remained intact. YouTube took no action, and Onision's content escalated, because of course it did. He continued to use his channel to lure and entice minors and groom them with his messaging. Ah, okay. Let's look at the let's look at the comments, and then I'll get back to this, and I might need eye bleach. Oh my lord. This is insane. Yeah, TB, I unsubbed for most of them. Yes, me and John, that is Nick's thing. Zulu, I agree. Yup. CCW it is. And yet, I'm one of the few people that's covering this actual lawsuit. We need to get more eyes on it. Oh yeah, Mean John, it was insanity. TB, they turned into High School Mean Girls. Um, let's see. TB loved the Rittenhouse coverage. By the way, guys, speaking of the Rittenhouse coverage, Natalie Wisco, Rittenhouse's lawyer, will be on February 24th with me. Let's see. Not EDB as much. Yeah, EDB is pretty good at staying out of drama. Forget FOSTA, give me money. Yeah, CCW, yeah, mute it. It will be up, replay crew. So, um, let's get attention on this. Onision formed his partnership with Laney, who assisted in his grooming and recruitment of minors. Oh, for the love of God. When Laney was an underage girl, she began fangirl messaging Onision for several months, and this is why parasocial relationships can be harmful. On February 12th, 2012, Laney, at that time, was a minor child named Taylor, used the online screen name of Laney or Lanybot. Laney and Onision connected online. Here was one such example of how they connected. Soulmate, where are you? At Onision. Here. Ugh. While Laney was still 17 years old, Laney and Onision began a romantic relationship. Ew! No. November 14, 2012, they got married. Ugh, why? Onision and Laney began working together to groom and lure underage girls through Onision's YouTube channel and forums. Are you kidding me? Onision's YouTube channels gave him the fame, platform, and megaphone to reach countless people. The content he discussed attracted young teen girls. As his wife, Laney became a part of the Onision story and gained popularity and attraction by many of his followers. Onision created Onision forums that he promoted in every or almost every video posted to his channel. In his video on his monetized platform, he invited his extremely young follower base to message him on the forum. Oh, this is going somewhere safe? Of course. In some videos, Onision invited the same follower base to submit photos of their bodies for him to rate through the Onision forums. What in the egg mix? Oh, for the love of God. This person. Onision would then comment on what was said to him and the young teen body videos on his YouTube channel. YouTube? Sir. Ma'am. I can't. Pursuant to the terms of the YPP, YouTube would profit share with Onision for these videos. The Onision forums were overseen by Onision and Laney. Any moderators on the forums answered to Onision and or Laney, who ultimately controlled the tone and what was permissible on the forums. Minors and impressionable young teens were the primary age group that were drawn to Onision's YouTube channel. Laney's presence in Onision's life became a major draw for their young fan base as well. In fact, many of Onision's fans became far more invested when Laney joined his life. Onision and Laney published many forum topics, inviting their followers, including their child followers, to respond to. Oh God, I'm going to need psychiatric help, alcohol, and eye bleach after this. Such as, what age does Greg think you are? Rate me from 1 to 10. Would Lanybot date you? Hot or not? Lanybot chooses. Marry, blank, or yeah. Are your womanly parts too big or small? What is Onision's opinion? Would you date me? Makeup or no makeup? Hot or not? Show off your body abnormalities? What does Laney think about your body? I can't even with these people. I'm going to need a vacation or a psych hold, or for YouTube to monetize me to pay for the therapy bills for this. Holy God. Young people, including minors, would join the forums in the hopes that Onision and Laney would communicate with them, which they sometimes did. Onision often commented on forum posts in his YouTube videos, giving the named fan a moment of stardom. Moderators were selected to operate as volunteers and oversee the forums. Some of the moderators were minors themselves. These volunteer moderators answered to Onision and Orlanian or Tweedledum and Tweedledummer, who controlled the content and what or who was ultimately banned or removed. You know what? They've got new names from me because I'm done. I'm done with their names. The volunteer moderators never received training or genuine guidance on how to properly moderate the forums to prevent predators from communicating with the minor children on the forums, what grooming lookalikes, and other policies to keep forums safe. The dumb forums had no specific rules or terms of conduct, and the forum operated like the Wild West. If any rules did exist, they weren't enforced. Tweedledum turned around and commented on what was said in the forums in his YouTube videos. Tweedledum acknowledgement of the commentary of his fans in his YouTube videos caused his fans to be more eager to send him content and reach out. This further increased his reach and pool of victims. On to Dummer. Dummer recruits another minor. In 2012, a young child named Regina, who was 12, oh, for the love of God, was depressed and Googled how to unalive yourself. She found Onision's video shaming anybody that wants to unalive themselves and found a connection, which is ironic because he encourages it in other videos. Regina began to watch many of Tweedledum's videos and felt a deep connection. She became a huge fan. Under her username handle, Regina developed an online parasocial relationship and friendship with other YouTubers as her community sport. On September 28th, 2012, 14-year-old Regina, I'm not reading her names, began speaking with Lainey through Instagram and was starstruck. Let's look at these horrific things. Cool Guy Kai, which is Tweedledummer. That would be Cool Guy Kai. Tweedledummer. You're my favorite Instagrammer and you like a song from my favorite band. Fangirl. Q Tweedledummer. I'm your favorite Instagrammer. Minor. You're so gorgeous. Tweedledummer. Thank you. That makes me happy. Tweedledum. Stupid. Poor girl. Super welcome. Someone else chimes in. I love them. What? Regina turned 15 years old approximately 1 month after meeting Lainey. Regina initially told Tweedledummer she was 19, which doesn't get you out of it legally, but quickly clarified that the real age was 15 years old. Lainey was not deterred from inappropriately pursuing Regina upon finding out her real age. Oh my God. You deserve to go under a jail. Not in it, under it. Regina and Lainey went from speaking occasionally to speaking daily, and Regina soon considered Lainey to be a best friend based on the level of sharing and intimacy between the two. Lainey continued to flirt, groom, and condition Regina when she was 15. Tweedledummer frequently had highly inappropriate adult conversations with Regina. When the opportunity arose, Regina became a volunteer forum moderator for the idiots' forums. At this time, Regina was a young teen herself and was not old enough to fully understand the boundaries of what was appropriate. She received no training on how to be a moderator. Regina became a volunteer moderator for Lainey's own forums, as well as idiots, and became the moderator for all of Tweedledummer's social media. Regina admired Tweedledummer and formed an emotional and inappropriate attraction to her. When 16-year-old Regina confided in Tweedledummer that she liked both males and females and questioned her gender. Tweedledummer encouraged this conversation and stated that she liked girls too, leading the minor to believe that being with Tweedledummer in a romantic way was an option. There is a chance, is what you're saying. Are you kidding me? You told a minor there was a chance to be in an inappropriate relationship with you. Oh, for the love of God. In the summer of 2015, Lainey came out officially as bi. Around the same time, Onision made it publicly known on YouTube that he was agreeable to Lainey. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, well, we're going to reread this one. Around the same time, Tweedledum made it publicly known on YouTube that he was agreeable to Tweedledummer having a relationship with another female. And the couple began posting YouTube videos advertising for it. Upon information and belief, Tweedledum encouraged and enticed Tweedledummer to enter into a relationship with another girl. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer began publicly talking on YouTube about having a polyamorous relationship with other girls. I need a screaming goat. Although it was presented to the world as an opportunity for Tweedledummer to be with a woman, in reality, this was done so that Tweedledum could engage in a throuple with other females and use Tweedledummer as the bait to lure them. Onision demanded a throuple and this stated that he would not allow Lainey to have inappropriate relationships with a minor unless he was allowed to participate in the inappropriate conduct with a minor. Oh, for the love of God, how is this man walking the streets? Despite being married and an adult, Tweedledummer began dating underage Regina. Regina had just turned 17, and only 8 days before the dating announcement. Great. Nothing like watching that clock. Let's get a countdown clock going. During this relationship, Lainey groomed underage Regina with flirtatious and suggestive comments such as, I love you, inappropriate commentary, and sent adulty photos. Some examples. In other words, I'm totes sending the minor inappropriate photos. Come get this good. I'm in love with you. Come needs blacked out and eat coconut milk ice cream with me. Hashtag goals. I'm serious. Oh, we're gonna scroll past that. I can grab something too. I'm pretty sure that comes with the whole F word package. Oh, for the love of God, I need eye bleach and alcohol. Lainey also sent Regina thirst traps, which is an internet phrase for lewd photos depicting Lainey in her skivvies or a low-cut shirt, and were supposed to leave the viewer thirsty for more due to the sexual innuendo contained in the photos. Lainey frequently requested that Regina send the same nude and thirst trap photos. Lainey and Regina frequently had Skype calls. On one call, Tweedledummer was topless. This was done as a grooming tactic to desensitize Tweedledummer to desensitize the victim to sexuality and test the boundaries. Didn't we hear about this in the case of Ghislaine and how she used to, at the house for the other person, go topless to normalize it for the people they were trafficking? Okay, so now we have like an Epstein Maxwell playbook going. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with humanity? In addition to thirst trap images sent by Lainey to Regina, Lainey also requested photographs of Regina. In response to Lainey's demands, Regina sent an image of her topless. Separately, she sent an image of her bottom half as a minor. Why are we asking for inappropriate pictures from minors? Ah! Lainey discussed sexuality with her to include no adult acts she wanted to do with the minor and expressed inappropriate emotional desire for her. Holy God, Tweedledummer. There's not no. In 2015, Lainey encouraged 17. Sorry. In 2015, Tweedledummer encouraged 17-year-old Regina to visit her and Tweedledum. She offered to pay for all of Regina's travel expenses for the trip. Her intent was to lure, entice, recruit, and solicit the minor to her home so she could join in adult activity with the minor and in inappropriate reacts as a throuple. Further, upon information of belief, Lainey intended to lure Regina to their home so Regina could be given to Onision so he could engage in adult activities with a minor. Regina, being young and naive, desperately wanted to visit Tweedledummer, but her mother would not let her travel. Oh, thank God someone's mom knew what was going on there, at least. At least for a while. Someone's mom was paying attention. Okay, off to the chat, and then we will come back. Let's look at the chat. I need eye bleach. This is ridiculous. Papa, proud Papa moment. Yay, proud of them too, Papa. Yeah, TB, this is disgusting. Hey, Nee, good to see you. Uh, yeah, 12 and watched an Oni video. Yes, she was doomed. Knight of Nee, unite and assemble. We need a battle cry. We do. Uh, no, TB, apparently they don't have Creepdar, but we need it. Yeah, 6 feet under that jail. Knight of Nee, thank you. Yeah, Creepdar would be blaring, especially when there's many people on screen. Beasties Roar, yeah, we could do that one. Uh, Zulu, I agree. The boy, yeah, there we go. We can come up with interesting things. This entire thing is ridiculous. Yes, Eggstein. Ugh. This is insane. Let's get this out. Let's get this out to everybody. We need to get this seen. Yeah, Sin, it is. And like my entire reason for doing this, even though it's not my normal content, is because everyone else is busy with Murdaugh, and the world needs to know that YouTube is condoning this disgustingness. Onision and Lainey groomed Lord and recruited Sarah at the same time. Oh yay, more things to make me want to drink. Meanwhile, a minor child named Sarah found Tweedledum's channel on YouTube. Sarah became a fan of the Tweedledum Speaks channel, and in 2012 became even more of a fan when Tweedledummer was introduced as the Tweedledum's significant other. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer over here, what a power couple. At age 13, Sarah reached out to Tweedledum and Tweedledummer on their Twitter page via her own handle. Sarah began responding to the posted tweets, to which Tweedledummer would respond. Around the same time, Sarah joined a Kick Chat group for Tweedledummer fans and became friends with the underage moderator Regina. Regina had been appointed the moderator of Tweedledummer's forum, and Tweedledummer had become very close with her at this point. In the grooming process, it's common for predators to use one victim to access other victims and to invoke loyalty and trust in their victims by making loyalty and trust extremely desirable traits that the perpetrator rarely gives out. Lainey asked Regina about her friend Sarah and wanted to know if Sarah was trustworthy. Ah, right out of the Maxwell and Eggstein handbook. Like, did Eggstein hold a class on this with Miss Maxwell? Regina vouched for Sarah, causing Regina to feel trusted and valued by Tweedledummer. Prior to this, Sarah and Tweedledummer had recently started messaging on Kick, and Lainey had told Sarah she found her cute. Ugh, I'm going to puke and not from my medicine. At this time, Lainey was 19 years old, about to turn 20. When Lainey first began to speak to both Regina and Sarah, Lainey identified as a straight married woman. As a result, neither Regina nor Sarah understood that she was being groomed by Lainey, as each believed inappropriate contact could never result from these conversations. Throughout 2015, Sarah, Regina, and the 20-year-old Tweedledummer formed a strong friendship and began a group chat called the Three Musketeers. Oh, God. When grooming minors, many predators will talk about inappropriate things with their target to desensitize the child so that the inappropriate commentary feels normal and commonplace. Such desensitization allows the predator to more easily move to the next step in the process. Tweedledummer quickly turned this group into a flirtatious adult chat and continued sending adult commentary and photos to children. Tweedledummer added a bear and heart emoji next to Sarah's name in her phone, as well as red lipstick next to Regina's name in her phone, showing how she viewed these minors. Oh, I'm loved. Oh my god, I'm going to be ill. This is deranged. Furthermore, Lainey selected and set the pictures associated with each child's name. Sarah's picture was an inside joke that referenced adult acts, and Regina's picture was an inappropriately suggestive photo of her. Lainey shared explicit details of her adulting with her husband with both minors. Because of the heavy adult content in the conversation, the flirtations and the attention, and Regina's vulnerability, 16-year-old Regina was having intense romantic feelings for Tweedledummer. Over the spring of 2015, Tweedledummer tweeted Sarah and Regina many inappropriate comments, including, "I have a meal for you. Oh my god, I am going to be sick. In 2015, Lainey came out as bi, and Onision informed Lady that she could have a girlfriend. They posted videos advertising for a girlfriend. When Lainey realized Regina could not visit them for the purpose of engaging in adult time, Regina was replaced with Sarah as their target. Sarah was invited to visit the couple, and I'm going to scroll past that are worded by Onision. This is disgusting. How is this not the number one thing being covered? This is disgusting. Let's check the chat real quick. This is absolutely insane. I might become your inmate at the rate this is going. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer over here. Hey, E.E. Caroline, fair warning, this is a little heavy. Yeah, great. This is insane. And now we're going to learn about how YouTube. Let's see. Did YouTube do what they were going to do? Did YouTube, protect everybody? Because YouTube sure as hell protected everybody by yeeting rackets. Let's ban them. So by rights, you yeeted rackets. I hope you banned these ones, but we know where this is going. Again, please like, subscribe, share, do the YouTubey things. Croco, you can handle all of that. Because I'm gonna go back to needing eye bleach. So let's get this out. After Sarah moved in, word got out that a minor had moved in with Tweedledum and Tweedledummer, and many people on YouTube were uncomfortable with this. Yeah, so are like 99% of the population. Many YouTubers that were also part of the YPP began to speak out about Onision on their own channels, and media began to surface that Tweedledum and Tweedledummer were predators. This culminated in a documentary that was released on Discovery Plus that featured Regina, Sarah, and another ex-girlfriend of Tweedledum named Shiloh. It was only after the publication of the documentary that YouTube finally decided to demonetize Onision for violations of their policies on or about January 21st, 2021. Y'all? What? It took to 2021? What? Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to need to like put my damn Venmo on the screen or become monetized to pay for the eye bleach and alcohol of all of this. I don't believe I paid to download this shit. YouTube stated to news outlet TubeFilter that it took action because Onision violated the partner program's creator responsibility guidelines. No shit, Sherlock. These mandate that partners not engage in behavior either on or off platform that can cause widespread harm to the YouTube community and potentially damage the trust among creators, users, and advertisers. Notably, although YouTube took away Onision's ability to make money, they didn't remove him from the platform. YouTube is still profiting from his content. It's simply not profit sharing. But let's go ahead. Yeet Ricada. Yeet these people. Like yeet literal lawyers. But let this jackass keep a channel. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, Thomas, I know about the Onion Boy thing. Trust me, we're going to cover Onion Boy at some point more, but this lawsuit just came out a couple days ago, and nobody is covering it because everybody's busy with Murdaugh and all the other things. And I'm not going to let it get buried in the never-ending stream of stupid that everybody has. It doesn't have enough visibility, and I need alcohol. Causes of actions, thank God. Violation of the Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act. Defendants, Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Plaintiff alleges and incorporates, by reference, all prior and subsequent paragraphs as if fully incorporated herein. Defendants, Tweedledum and Tweedledummer, knowingly use the instrumentalities and channels of interstate and foreign commerce to facilitate violations of 18 U.S.C. 1591 and 1595 occurring within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States. Defendants Onision and Lacey's conduct was in or affected interstate and or foreign commerce. Plaintiff was a minor during all relevant time periods pertinent to this lawsuit. Both Tweedledum and Tweedledummer knew or in reckless disregard of the fact that the minor was a minor. Tweedledummer groomed the minor to engage in a relationship with her, exchange inappropriate photographs, and caused the minor to have strong romantic feelings for her. Tweedledummer, in coordination with Tweedledum, then used that grooming to lure, recruit, solicit, and entice the minor to travel to their house for the purpose of engaging in adult time. Plaintiff was offered something of value for engaging in adult activities, to wit, Tweedledum and Tweedledummer were going to pay for the cost of transportation to their residence. They allowed the minor to serve as a volunteer moderator on their channels, which made her feel special, and Tweedledummer, acting in concert with Tweedledum, showered the minor with love and affection, which was valuable to the minor. Laney and Onision received something of value as part of the grooming and enticement for the adult trafficking, to wit, Tweedledummer was sent CSAM images of the minor upon request, and the minor became a volunteer moderator. Defendants Tweedledum and Tweedledummer's conduct has caused plaintiff serious harm, including without limitation physical, psychological, financial, and reputational harm. Benefiting from the trafficking venture. Great. Plaintiff alleges, this is, okay, all defendants. So these causes of actions now include, those last ones were just against Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. This now includes YouTube and Google. Plaintiff alleges and incorporates by reference all prior and subsequent paragraphs as if fully incorporated herein. Defendant knowingly used the instrumentalities and channels of interstate and foreign commerce to facilitate violations of 18 U.S.C. 1591 and 1595 occurring within the territorial jurisdictions of the U.S. Defendant's conduct was or affected interstate and or foreign commerce. Plaintiff was a minor during all relevant times. Defendants knew she was a minor. Yeah, we're not going to reread these. These are exactly the same up until here we go. YouTube was notified multiple times that Tweedledum was harming young people with his platform, but continued to profit share with him and did not curtail his harmful abuse of the YouTube Terms of Service community guidelines. Defendant YouTube knowingly benefited or should have known that it was benefiting from assisting, supporting, and facilitating a violation of 1591. Defendant YouTube knowingly benefited from such participation by receiving financial compensation and or something of value for participation in the venue. Plaintiff was offered something of value for engaging in the act. Yeah, we're not reading that again. It was the same as in the last one. That was in the same as in the last one. Defendants, all of them, YouTube included, conduct has caused the plaintiff serious harm, including without limitation physical, psychological, financial, and reputational. Okay. On to count 3, civil remedies. For personal injuries related to possession and distribution of CP against Tweedledummer. Plaintiff alleges and incorporates, we know this. This is the same as above. This is the same as above. I am not rereading the ones that we just read. And here we go. Plaintiff was a victim of possession of CP laws as set forth in 18 U.S.C. 2252, which provides it's a federal crime to knowingly possess, or knowingly access with intent to view any material that contains an image of a child of CP or CSAM that has been mailed or shipped or transported using any means or facility of interstate or foreign commerce, or that was produced using materials affecting interstate or foreign commerce by any means, including computer. Defendant Laney knowingly requested, received, access, viewed, and or possessed lewd and inappropriate CSAM images of the minor, knowing she was a minor. As proximate result of the defendant's violations, the plaintiff suffered serious harm and personal injury. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. 18 U.S.C. provides that any person who's a victim of the violation of one of the several federal laws prohibiting offenses against children, including the one above, and who suffers personal injury as a result, shall recover the actual damages. Such person sustains or liquidated damages in the amount of $150,000, and the cost of the action, including reasonable attorney's fees and other litigation costs, reasonably occurred. Additionally, it authorizes the award of punitive damages, the punishment ones, in the words of EDB, and such other preliminary and equitable relief as the court determines to be appropriate. I don't think there is enough relief in the world for these poor minors. Plaintiff has suffered personal injury as a result of the violations, yes. She can prove her actual damages. At a minimum, she intends to seek liquidated damages in the amount of $150,000 against the defendants, as well as the cost of the action, including attorney's fees and other litigation costs, prejudgment and post-judgment interest, and such other relief as the court deems appropriate. 18 U.S.C. contains non-limiting language which allows plaintiff to remedy the violations of the criminal predicates under Chapter 110 that do not benefit from CDA 230 immunity. Let's look at the civil remedies against all of the defendants. Here we go. Plaintiff realleges everything. I'm not reading the ones that I just read 4 times over because I already need eye bleach in Costco quantities. So let's find the other one. Here we go. YouTube was notified multiple times that Tweedledum was harming young people with his platform, but continued to profit share with him and did not curtail his harmful abuse. Defendant YouTube benefited from it. Defendant YouTube continued to benefit from it. Great. Great, we're not rereading these. These are just the ones we read in the section above. I will make this document available to people if they need it, but this is disgusting. Why did I pay for this? Okay, the same. This is the same as the section above. Same as the section above. Civil remedies for the coercion. Let's see. Let's see. This is the same as above until we get to right here. YouTube was notified and had full knowledge that Onision was growing their platform to groom, lure, persuade, induce, entice, coerce children with this platform, but continued to profit share with him and did not curtail his harmful abuse of the terms of service community guidelines. As proximate result of the defendant's violations, plaintiffs suffered serious harm. Yes, they did. We cover the statutes that say what they can collect under USC. She can prove her stuff again. We are requesting the same money. Prayer for relief. Here we go. Wherefore, the plaintiffs demand judgment against all defendants on each of the above referenced claims and counts as follows: that the court award plaintiff compensatory, consequential, general, and nominal damages in an amount to be determined at trial. That the court award punitive or exemplary damages in an amount to be determined at trial. That the court award to the plaintiff the costs and disbursements of the action along with the reasonable attorney's fees, costs, and expenses. That the court award pre- and post-judgment interest at the maximum legal rate. That the court award actual damages. That the court award liquidated damages in the amount of $150,000 from each of the defendants for the violations. That the court grant all such other relief as it deems just and proper, and that the court retain jurisdiction of this matter to ensure all forms of relief it deems appropriate. Jury demand. Plaintiff demands a jury trial. And I'm not going to put personal information up. So back to this. Okay, back to the chat. Great. Let me see what let me see what I missed. So chat, thoughts. Chats, I need everybody's thoughts. We have all the thoughts. The guy groomed a literal cult for himself in plain sight. Yup. And YouTube let it happen. Me and John, no, I don't think anybody's interested in his books. Oh my god. I no. All the no. Let me see. Sorry, guys. It's just taking me a minute to screw through the channels. Yeah, Onion Boy's an idiot. So Onion Boy was in a relationship with someone named Jacqueline Glenn, and I will, like I said, I will post links to her stuff. Maybe I will reach out to Jacqueline and see if I can get her to appear on a Lair Live to talk. Um, but while everybody's concentrating on Murdaugh, we are going to do the Beastie things, and the Beasties are going to band together and rally, and we are going to get this out there. We are going to make it so nobody is unaware of what is going on. Enjoying the Etch-a-Sketch imagery? Yeah, that'd be a nice thing, E.E. Caroline. I'm thinking the memories would be erased if one yeah, I don't know. Have to mute to get back to meetings. Normally say have fun. It's not really possible. Yeah, Cookie, it is. Um, TB, pretty much, unless you're submitting a report saying rackets or good logic or legal mindset are being mean to them because they're trans, and then we just eat them from the platform. But it's okay to let these people be there, but we're gonna yeet Nick. Oh my god. Oh yeah, they're beyond sick. TB, yeah, some parents don't care. At least one parent did. And yeah, they facilitate it just like YouTube. And YouTube needs to be held responsible. That being said, I'm probably gonna have to like pull a Nick and rely on like super chats eventually and people donating to me because at this point I think YouTube's gonna hate me. If I disappear off YouTube, you all know why. I'll be on locals. um, uh, let's see. Forget Costco. Go to Winco. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what else. CCW. Yep, yep. I paid for it because it's important to get it out. You're right, but I still need alcohol and brain bleach. Mean John, who is bringing the suit? Regina, the minor. Regina has gone, and I cannot be any. I'm not happy about her situation, but I am happy that someone at least finally has grounds and has been, at the very least, able to file something against YouTube because YouTube can generally hide behind 230 and say they published it, not us. And, YouTube applies their guidelines how they see fit and goes after people like Rackets and, other law tubers who are trying to provide actual legal education and commentary. But they allow this trash. So, good on Regina. And I really, really hope YouTube and Google, she is successful in holding them accountable. And I am going to do everything in my power to get this to every law tuber and everybody. And I would ask that you guys help me do the same. Sarah did not bring this suit. The suit was brought solely by Regina. We are the beastie things. Yeah, yeah, the stuff with Shiloh was the stuff he did to Jacqueline was disgusting. When Jacqueline was pregnant recently, he posted videos advocating for disgusting thing, um, disgusting things to happen to her child. Intellectual. I'm glad you just hopped in. Good subject, as in it needs light brought to it, but it is absolutely disgusting. And I pray that this girl is successful in holding YouTube accountable. That being said, I do have the document. I will gladly give it to any law tuber or tug or anybody that wants to cover it. All they need to do is reach out to me and I will send it to them. I am going to ask, and for once, this is not just like this isn't this truly is not about me right now. Please like, subscribe, share, and get this out to as many people as we can. I can't find many people covering this, if any, and the handful that are covering it, I haven't even seen most drama channels covering it. I've seen a few news clips, like newspaper articles. I've seen a few people touch on it, but I have not seen all of this and this being brought to light on YouTube by bigger creators. So I need to increase my reach and I need you guys to help me because YouTube will not promote this in the algorithm. So like, subscribe, share. If you are a part of Discords with other people, ask them to shed light on it and get in contact with me. I will give them the documents that I already paid for. We don't all need to pay for more than once. And this was filed February 8th, 2023. She is demanding a jury trial. We will see how this goes. I will continue to watch the docket. If it is not going to be televised, and it is going to be in Florida, I might go. If it is not going to be live streamed, I may go if there's enough interest. So that the shenanigans. But thanks for sticking in there with me, guys. I know it's a really tough subject. I know it's hard to listen to. I know it's not my normal content because there's nothing to do with guns, but I do have a child. And the fact that YouTube goes after people trying to educate the population on law, and people that are doing nothing that's not educational and nothing that's not offensive, and they yeet their channels and ban them, and my fellow gun tubers, and they come after us, but they allow child predators and they facilitate the trafficking of minors by allowing him to stall the channel is disgusting, and somebody needs to finally hold them accountable. And I'm doing it. Whether this is my normal content or not, I'm not dropping this. YouTube isn't going to push it out, so it's going to be on us. I'm sure some creators will cover it and not care if the video is demonetized because, like Rackets, they have large fan bases that will support them through super chat. Demonetizing a video does not affect the super chats, and a lot of them have other. They're on all their platforms like Rumble and Locals. I'm going to put this over there too. But let's get this out. Let's get it covered. Let's bring it to light. So like, subscribe, share. Let's do this, guys. So I'll give a few minutes to comment, and then we will be going. So thoughts, everybody? Anybody think I should make this? I should travel to the trial if it actually makes it to a jury trial, and they don't televise it. Who wants to see me get arrested in Florida and need John or somebody to come bail me out? Actually, I need probably like Peter Tragos from The Lawyer, but whatever. Yeah, he did wear a vest last time we went to court. And the last time somebody tried to bring him to light. CCW, you do plenty. CCW, you do plenty. You do. You're here for me, and that is amazing. That's all I can ask from you, CCW. You do plenty. I still love the last time that when they brought that special to light in 2021, He sued the wrong Chris Hansen. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer, you literally couldn't figure out a public person and sued the wrong Chris Hansen. How stupid do you get? How stupid. You sued some rando. What? Yeah, Thomas. He sued some like rando. But I trust that we can get this out there, we can get this seen, and we can get traffic on this. So all I can ask is for you guys to help me get traffic to bigger creators. And like I said, I will gladly provide this. I am going to reach out to Jacqueline and we'll see what we can do. But let's not let this get buried. We need Tug to get in on this. We need Tug. Sin, I will go find Sheriff Grady Judd and I will plead my case to him, and that man he'll support me. Grady Judd is come on. Grady Judd is a man of, laughing at the stupid. You don't have to send Discord invites. Yeah, no, me and John, you can just tell people to contact me and I will just contact me on Instagram, Twitter, or email, and I will send it to anybody. So, with that being said, I'm going to go make dinner and pour myself a very large drink. I will be on later tonight. Here, we're going to go with this. I will be on later tonight, probably about like 9:30, to talk about some other stuff and to kind of bring this to light again without reading the entire complaint. So, I love you all. Stay safe. Do the YouTubey things, and let's rally beasties. Let's get this seen. Love y'all. Bye.